But when you're watching the fire coming, there's no logic. It's all emotion.
She was stuck in traffic with flames just feet away. Tonight, an 80-year-old woman from 5 Mile recalls the frightening moments she faced during the Spokane complex fires.
Temperatures are finally on the downward trend, though it will still be warm and breezy tomorrow. I'm tracking a much bigger cool down just in time for the weekend.
Plus, Spokane police are warning fire victims about a man in a ServPro vest posing as a worker and trying to get inside a home. Everything we know tonight. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for the Night Report here on KREM 2 News. I'm Sydney Schofield. As recovery efforts from the Spokane complex fires continue, the initial evacuation on August 1st is a day many people will remember for a lifetime. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones spoke with one woman who recalls what she saw that day.
4:08, I'm watching it. 4:10, it's 10 feet from the sidewalk.
It all happened pretty fast for Barbara Weber.
I'm thinking, is this going to engulf my car? My dog's crying.
She and thousands of her neighbors in 5 Mile, all on the road, all at the same time.
It scared me. I'm 80 years old. No way I could have gotten out of that car and run from it. I mean, really move fast enough.
The memories from that first Saturday in August now live on her phone. Pictures captured as chaos unfolded.
You see the smoke and how close that fire is?
While time moves further away from those initial evacuation orders, Barbara is still unpacking what she saw that day.
This place has been overbuilt with no understanding that we have to get off this butte if there's a fire.
After sitting in traffic for hours, Barbara says she's grateful for firefighters and that her home is still standing, but her main concern now is what if this happens again?
It was not a good experience. I mean, sure, I'm safe, and that's the bottom line. But when it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
In the meantime, Barbara is preparing to move out of her house for at least a month while the home is cleaned of smoke damage.
This is the field that burned.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Tonight, many families displaced by the Spokane complex fires are living miles away from the neighborhood they once called home. In 5 Mile Estates, one evacuee, Joy Wood, says someone left a note on her daughter's car asking the family to keep cars off the street and park in the driveway or the garage. Wood and her family are living in a friend's small guest house on the South Hill that has very few options for parking. Wood is quick to say she doesn't think the note was malicious, but that the person who left it just didn't know their situation.
It feels like a completely different world up here on the South Hill. I just want the neighbors to, in any neighborhood, to realize that they may have a fire victim in their neighborhood and to reach out to them.
Now, Wood says she doesn't know yet what will happen to her house or whether her family will ever return, but she says she wants people to be kind and mindful right now that others may be going through a very difficult time as hundreds of people lost their homes. Spokane police are warning tonight. They're warning fire victims and homeowners to watch out for suspicious people posing as workers or contractors. Officers say a man went to a home near North 9 Mile Road and North Royal Drive today, tried the doorknob and then rang the doorbell. You can see pictures of him here. Ring camera video shows the man wearing a ServPro vest and driving an older maroon pickup. The homeowner was not expecting anyone, and ServPro confirmed the man does not work for their company. There are concerns right now that people may try to take advantage of those impacted by recent fires. So if you see anything suspicious, you're asked to call Crime Check. That number is listed on your screen. It's also on our website, which is krem.com. All right, let's check in on our forecast now with meteorologist Michelle Boss joining us from our Outdoor Weather Center. We've seen a couple very hot days, but things are about to change, Michelle.
That's right. Today's high was 90 degrees. It may have been our last 90-degree day of the season. Still going to be seeing above average temperatures tomorrow, but we're going to start that cool down, and much cooler air is on the way for the weekend. Pretty comfortable out here right now, though it's still pretty warm. 77 in Spokane. It's about 7 degrees cooler in Coeur d'Alene. Even some 60s showing up north in Deer Park and Sandpoint. Upper 70s in Moses Lake. Upper 70s in Lewiston. We had some breezy and dry conditions today. Honestly, it'll probably still be a little bit breezy tomorrow and breezy on Saturday as well. But the only red flag warning we have right now is for the Okanagan Valley. That's for tomorrow from noon to 8. Looking at dry and breezy conditions in that area tomorrow could result in rapid fire spread. Pretty quiet weather out there. Going to see a little bit of cloud cover overnight and early tomorrow morning, but that will move out tomorrow afternoon. And so we're anticipating sunny skies. But look, that cool down has already started. Still in the low to mid 80s tomorrow, but 70s are on the way for the weekend. Doesn't look like much chance for any wet weather, but enjoy the cool down. 78 on Friday. Looks like we're going to see highs in the lower 70s for Saturday and Sunday.
2 court hearings have been set for the man who pleaded guilty to killing 4 University of Idaho students. Brian Kohberger has been in prison since the 2022 deadly stabbings. According to court records, Kohberger now wants to withdraw his guilty plea. The 31-year-old claims he took the plea based on threats, false promises, and wrong information. A judge has now scheduled a status conference for June 3rd of 2027. An evidentiary hearing will be held likely 2 weeks later. We're learning new information about the man accused of killing 8 family members, including 4 children, during a Sunday dinner outside a home in Billings, Montana. We confirmed the suspect, Alan Smith, attended Eastern Washington University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in 2020. The victims have now all been identified. They include 39-year-old Megan Jakiri and her children, 13-year-old Owen Ireland and 7-year-old Chloe Ireland. Her stepchildren, 15-year-old Landon Jakiri and 12-year-old Charlotte Jakiri, were also killed. The other victims were 73-year-old Dana Smith, 72-year-old Barbara Smith, and 92-year-old Evelyn Smith. Family members said Charlotte called 911 and tried to save her family.
This is a tragic loss. I keep using the word tragic this week, but I don't think tragic is a strong enough word for this. It's worse than that. A family has been devastated and may never recover.
Smith, the suspect, also died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We're still waiting for more information about his time at Eastern Washington University, but we'll continue to follow the investigation and keep you updated as we learn more. New tonight, the DEA says they recovered 60,000 fentanyl pills during a traffic stop on Highway 26 in Grant County. According to federal court documents, Washington State Patrol stopped Pueri Calderon Ruiz and the semi-tractor that he was driving on Monday. Investigators found a duffel bag hidden in a spare tire under the trailer with what they say was approximately 60,000 pills of fentanyl, weighing around 13 pounds. Calderon Ruiz denied knowing anything about the bag or its contents. Investigators charged him with 1 federal intent to distribute fentanyl charge. His preliminary hearing is set for September 3rd. 17 residential wells near Spokane International Airport have tested positive for PFAS, or forever chemicals. The airport says it received 287 requests from residents in the area to test drinking water wells. Now, in the testing area. So in the meantime, the city of Spokane and Spokane County are providing filtered pitchers, countertop filtered dispensers, and containers for residents to get clean water. The airport says it remains committed to finding long-term solutions for residents whose wells are impacted. If you want to learn more about this, you can visit gegwater.com. A Spokane man is in jail after Spokane Valley deputies say he shattered the windshield of a patrol car and then threatened to go to war with police. Deputies say 31-year-old Thomas Phillips rode a bright yellow bicycle into the Spokane Valley Precinct parking lot Monday morning and threw a metal object at an unoccupied patrol car. Phillips then fled on his bike. Deputies say he ran into the woods and continued making threats against law enforcement. He was later found more than 3 miles away and taken into custody after deputies used pepper spray. Phillips faces felony charges, including 3 counts of harassment and second-degree malicious mischief. Washington State is suing the U.S. Postal Service again to block the Trump administration's executive order on mail-in voting. It's the second time the state has sued to try to block this order. The first lawsuit failed on Monday, with the Supreme Court saying it was too early to sue over this. President Trump wants to require states that use mail-in voting to hand over private voting lists to the federal government. The post office would then be directed to only deliver ballots to voters on an approved list.
This administration has been focused on dismantling our constitutional right to run elections in this state.
So that was Washington's Secretary of State Steve Hobbs. Washington is joined by 25 other states in this lawsuit. Meta reached a settlement to end a federal trial in which dozens of states, including Washington, accused the social media giant of intentionally designing a product that's addictive to children. Today, Meta agreed to pay $17 billion and add stronger child safety measures to its Facebook and Instagram platforms in order to end the trial. Under the terms of the settlement, Meta will provide stronger parental controls on its platforms and will set a default ban on displaying the number of likes or reactions to children's posts. It will also set time limits for users under the age of 18. According to Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, under this settlement, Washington will receive a guaranteed $237 million and up to nearly $339 million over the next 10 years. The additional funding is contingent on the states working with other social media companies to come to similar agreements. If you're planning on sending holiday gifts, get ready to pay more at the post office. The Postal Service says they will temporarily raise rates for the holidays. If the Postal Regulatory Commission approves the plans, look for higher rates between October and the end of January. Rate increases for retail packages will range from 50 cents to $20.80, depending on which way you send them. All right, stay with us. Much more to get to tonight on the Night Report. A new proposal could help renters affected by the Spokane complex fires stay in their homes. We'll explain who could qualify and what happens next for those who do. And later, a $6 million grant could help change the way we grow our food. How the University of Idaho is turning to AI to build stronger crops. We'll be right back.